Welcome to the Speak Uneasy, a safe space where cancel culture does not exist because we are in a different prohibition era.
I've got the alcoholic blues. No more beer, my heart don't care. Goodbye, whiskey, you used to make me frisky. So long, highball, so long, gin. Oh, tell me when you're coming back again. Blues, I've got the blues since the amputated my blues. Lordy, Lordy, war is well. You know, I don't have to tell. Oh, I've got the alcoholic blues, some blues. Prohibition, that's the name. Prohibition drives me insane. I'm so thirsty, soon I'll die. I simply grind, evaporate, I just that dry. I wouldn't mind to live forever in a train if my thirst had only let me quench, and not with Bevo or ginger ale. I want real stuff by the
You're very exceptionary. No dictionary can define what's genuinely indescribable. Very exceptionary. No ordinary phrase can capture you. Now some might say that you're tremendous. You are so much more stupendous, so magnificent, so magnanimous. If we voted, it'd be unanimous. Very exceptionary. This temporary phrase we'll have to do. It's true for my very exceptionary you. You're very exceptionary. No dictionary can define what's genuinely indescribable. Very exceptionary. Yes, some might say that you're tremendous. You are so much more stupendous, so magnificent, so magnanimous. If we voted, it'd be unanimous. Very exceptionary. This temporary phrase will have to do, it's true, for my very exceptionary, for my very exceptionary you.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Speak Uneasy with your host, the bartender. Tonight's random read is going to come off of the book of Job, chapter 12, verses 13 through 25. God's strength and wisdom. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also, he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. He looseth the bond of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthroweth the mighty. He removeth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the aged. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. He discovereth deep things out of darkness, and bringeth out to the light the shadow of death. He increaseth the nations, and destroyeth them. He enlarged the nations, and straighteneth them again. He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. Once again, this random read comes from the book of Job, chapter 12, verses 13 through 25, God's strength and wisdom. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here at the bar this evening. I rearranged my mic in my desk, so you might hear a little clanking of the mic. I apologize for that. So it's Ammo. How are you this evening? Thank you for coming to the bar. Thank you for even showing up on the chats, man. It's nice to know that there's somebody out there. I see numbers, but sometimes I feel like maybe they're just watchers or something, or bots. I don't know. But it's really refreshing to see that there is actually somebody who is in the chat acknowledging that they're here. So, yeah. And as far as that actual speakeasy that that I was talking about, yeah, it's in the packing house. I think it's called the Hidden Rabbit. I think that's what it's called, the Hidden Rabbit. I'm not sure. You have to make a reservation to get in. They do have a website. I think it's called the Hidden Rabbit, but I'm not too sure. I could be wrong. It's been years since I've been there. Not only that, but there's also another speakeasy bar that I really wanted to check out in San Diego. I ended up going to a tiki bar there because I couldn't find the actual speakeasy bar in San Diego, but there's a pretty cool tiki bar out there too. Downtown LA has great speakeasy bar. There's a great speakeasy bar there. It's in so if you go to a bar in downtown LA called 7 Grand, there's actually a bar within a bar. That one, you know what? I think you have to make reservations to get in there. And I tell you, man, I went in there, and you get to sample different kinds of whiskeys, but you pay for it, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. It was a cool place because when you go in the bar, there's a hallway that leads you towards the bathrooms in the back, but right where the hallway starts, there's a phone on the right side, like one of those very old phones, those old rotary phones, not from the 80s. We're talking about like way back when, probably like in the 50s, maybe 60s. And you have to use that phone to open up the place. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, and yeah, I know the packing house has a lot of cool stuff there too. There is a lot of I don't blame you for avoiding downtown LA, man. I don't. There actually is another bar in downtown LA that I used to love going to. It's called man, I wish I knew the name of that bar. Cuz I used to know the bar director of that actual bar, if I can find his card here. But okay, so it's called The Wolves. The Wolves in downtown LA. Man, that bar is so classy. And they have, like I said, they have another bar within that bar called Lenyant, where it's an omakase bar, which means you just pretty much tell the bartender what kind of base liquor you like, and he's gonna make a cocktail for you, you know, on the fly. Like he's just gonna make it for you. He's not gonna plan what it is. It's just he's just gonna make it right there. So it's a pretty cool place, and I don't blame you for avoiding downtown LA. It's been really bad out there in LA lately. I know, cause I used to go to LA a lot. When I was still working in Orange County, my aunt stayed in LA on Sunset. So I used to drive the freeways there all the time. The 101, like one of the worst freeways out there. Yeah, I used to drive all the time. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Anyhow, enough of the bar talk. So before we get into reading the book of Matthew, I believe we left off at chapter 9, and we're going to continue on with chapter 10. But before we go into that, I wanted to share with you the experience that I had with my studies on Saturday. And as you guys all know or don't know, I do worship on Saturdays, as I believe that Saturday is the Sabbath day, and that is the day that we should all give God praise and thanks, and also we have to rest. So, but anyways, we were discussing about how events in the world have just like kind of just completely gone to you know what, right? And we were talking about how God has picked certain people and called upon them to do his work in these times, because I do believe that we are not necessarily I don't believe it's going to be an end time, but I don't believe that the world's going to end, but I do believe that it'll be time to move on to something different, if that makes any sense. And in order for that part to happen, only a chosen few are going to make it to the next level. And that's just my thinking. Do I believe that the people that won't make it, do I believe that they're going to be judged for what they've done? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They are going to be judged. And they are going to be judged accordingly. And here's the kicker. The kicker is, I think a lot of them are going to realize that they deserve the punishment that they're going to get. And that's just me thinking. Because if you think of, I mean, this is going to be another topic of discussion, and I'm trying not to veer too far off, but I do believe, I mean, if you think about it, why doesn't God just kill off Satan? Well, because if he did that, then he wouldn't be the God that he says he is, which is a loving God. And usually I think like the devil and everybody else evil, I honestly think that they're going to destroy themselves. That's what I think, because they're going to be filled with so much hatred, and where it's just going to eat them up. That's what I believe. Anyhow, we're just talking about a whole bunch of stuff about what's going on in the world, and how God has called upon certain people to do His work, and I believe that He has called upon me, and I'm not saying that I'm special in any way, because I just don't think I am anybody special, but I do think that I was called to do this kind of show, because I want to be it's not I want to be. It's more like He's showing everybody that even an average person can try to convince people to go with Him on this go on this journey to know God more. So I think He's choosing like all different types of people to do His work, and I do believe I'm doing His work. I really do. I already knew from the get-go from doing this that it wasn't going to be a popular thing. I already knew that I probably wasn't going to have a lot of supporters doing this, because it's not a popular topic to talk about. Only when things are good and things are happening for people is when people are going to popularize such things. When they see, it's kind of like a bandwagon thing, you know what I'm saying? And during my journey, I learned not to be a bandwagon person for riding with God. Like, you got to take everything that comes with it, the bad and the good, because honestly, there's going to be more negative stuff happening to you from outside people, if that makes any sense. Not from God, but from people who are outside, who don't think the same way that you do, or don't believe the same way you do. You'll be ridiculed. I mean, look at what Jesus went through, right? Right before He got crucified. He went through that. And here's where things kind of got heavy for me, as far as Saturday's study went. So like I said, I said it earlier that I don't think I'm special, right? And my pastor was saying something to the effect of, God decided that you were worthy enough that He gave His only Son to die for your sins, to redeem you. And, of course, I know the story about all that, but never really gave it any heavy thoughts. But while I was listening to this, it hit me, man. It hit me so hard. It hit me so hard in the heart that I began to cry, because it's mind-blowing. It's something that I can't comprehend, but then again, that's my human mind thinking, and God doesn't think the way that we do, So I texted my pastor and said, your talk today just really got to me in a way where I don't even feel worthy enough of God's love or anything like that. And he said, no, we are all worthy of it. He gave His only Son because He knew that we were worthy of it. Despite all the things that we're going through, He believes that we are all worthy of it. And that made me cry. You know, that is some great love that we can never understand. I mean, I don't even understand it. But definitely that is some heavy thinking. That is something so powerful. And that really like convinced me to get closer to God, because who would give their only son to save you from your sins? You know, I don't know if I can do that. But then again, I'm human. I'm not God. But can you imagine something as powerful as that to make you feel that special to God, no matter all the stuff that you've done in your past? And that's where it got me, because I've done so much really bad things growing up. You know, I've made poor decisions, especially when I was younger, in my early 20s, you know, and even doing things in my 30s, and even in life in general, you know, growing up. But to hear something like that, it blew me away. It blew me away. And it made me think that, man, I really need to step it up on my in my journey here. I really do. Because this is something that I'm very, very curious about. I want to know the depth of this. Like, I really want to know how he comes to think like this. And the only way I'm going to find out is if I go to heaven. So I have to put in some work here. And to top things off, in this journey with God, we can't pick and choose what it is that he wants us to do. We have to take everything with its entirety, the good and the bad, no matter what. Because Jesus didn't pick and choose what he wanted to go through to redeem us of our sins. He didn't pick and choose. He went through everything. And the only way that we're going to make it is if we go through everything. If we're going to accept, we have to accept everything. Everything. And that's not going to be easy. It's not. But it's more easier to go through it when you start your journey knowing that bad things are going to happen, not from God, but from people who are outside of that, who are going to always be there to put you down, to pull you down, to the naysayers. They're always going to be there. And it's your faith. It's your faith that's going to keep you in this journey. Believe me, sometimes I have doubts about certain things in my life, especially now that I'm running a DJ business on my own. This is a hard thing to do. And I prayed, I asked God to provide for me what he can provide for me. But I don't, sometimes I feel like, oh man, I don't have a gig this weekend. Like, I really need to make money because I need to pay for the stuff. But then I start thinking like, I can't think that way. I mean, if I'm all in with God, I got to go all in with God and just give my faith and let him take care of things that I'm not able to take care of. Like, I can't force people to freaking hire me. So I just let God do his thing and let him do what he needs to do in order to make that happen. And I tell you, so far, everybody that I've played for at an event, they've been great people. They've been great people. And I honestly think God is picking and choosing certain people for me to play for. So I don't have to play for I don't have to play like bad music and be surrounded by a bunch of evil stuff, So I'm very grateful for that. Anyhow, let's go ahead and start this. I don't know if I made sense about what I was just talking about, but man, I tell you, like, if I wish I was good in rehashing what I learned, but I'm not. So I'll definitely go back again, and maybe we can have this discussion about how this whole journey with God is not going to be easy, because it's not. most of the time it's just faith, it's faith. And man, the devil comes at you sometimes and makes you second guess yourself, like makes you have second thoughts about things. But you gotta get past that. You gotta get past that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the book of Matthew here. Let me go to let me share this with you guys real quick. Here we go. I'm going to be reading off of my actual Bible here. So I hope you guys have your KJVs. If not, it's on the screen for you. All you got to do is just follow. Just follow. Hold on for a moment. Let me just. There we go. So you guys can see it better. Yeah, all you got to do is just follow. Just follow along if you don't have your KJVs. But it's best to have your KJVs. You're really going to need KJVs today, because I'm going to go revert to some scriptures here, and we're going to have discussion about putting your trust into God instead of putting your trust into man. Okay? I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from. Wherever I stopped, I just stopped with the whole political thing. I stopped because they've disappointed. There's so many things that were promised but never delivered. And everything that I'm praying for right now, and everything that I have prayed for, many things have already come to fruition, and they've already come. I think I'm still working on more things for prayers. I mean, for me, I'm praying about. They have not come yet, but it's all in God's timing, right? Anyhow, let's go ahead and go to Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 10. The book of Matthew, chapter 10. And you can go ahead and follow along here on the screen. So, Matthew chapter 10, verses 1, starting from verses 1. Instructions to the disciples. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these: the first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebabus, whose surname was Thaddeus. Simon was Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent forth, and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preaching, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor script for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into an house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of the house of the or city, shake off the dust off your feet. Oh man, this is already getting to me. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Sheep among wolves. Oh boy, don't we have a bunch of that going on right now in the political weather, don't we? Behold, I send you forth as a sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake. I was just talking about this, man. I was just talking about this, guys. For a testimony against them and the Gentiles. Don't you see how God works, man? I mean, I don't know the scriptures, and I didn't think he was going to be talking about that. See what I mean? This is incredible. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given to you, or it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father, which speaketh in you. That is powerful, man. I'm going to pause here for a minute because I have to tell you guys, like, on my Monday shows here, like, I don't know what direction to go. I really don't. And just reading that, man, there's truth to that, because some of the things I say after the show, I say to myself, where did that come from? Thank you, Lord, for using me. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to continue. And the brother shall deliver up the brother of death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. We're experiencing that right now, guys. We are experiencing, and like I said, you walk this path, this journey to God, it's going to happen. Expect it. Expect it. It's better for you to accept it now than to be blindsided by it. Because there are going to be people separating themselves from you because they still want to be of this world, while you're trying to get to the next level, you know? And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. My goodness, man, I was just talking about this. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. I'm being blown away right now. I really am, because I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this reading to be like this after what I just said before reading this. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be at his master, and the servant as his Lord. Oh. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speaketh yea, in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preacheth yea upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not therefore, ye are more value than many sparrows. Okay, man. Okay, so that hit me again. For ye not therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. So he's telling us our worth. He's telling us our worth. You know what I mean? I did not expect this. Have you? I didn't plan this. It just kind of came this way. And now he's validating that I'm worth it for him. And I hope that you guys are looking at it the same way too, where you are worth it for him. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. So pretty much in this line, he's interceding for us. He's interceding for us as far as he's being our spokesperson up in heaven is what he's doing. Because honestly, we all still fall in sin. Even if we try to walk this path as clean as we can, I guess because of the nature of us being human, and this shouldn't be an excuse, but because we are of flesh, that we still fall short. And so, Jesus is interceding for us up in heaven. Like he's telling his Father that we are worth it. That's what I understand this read to be. It's not my interpretation. This is how I think. This is what I think is being said. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Dude, man, that is scary. That's scary because when judgment comes, like Jesus will be like, something to the effect of, you didn't know me, so I don't know you. That's scary, dude. That's my opinion. That's scary. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be of his own household. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier. When you start going in this journey and you start going deep into this journey, you're going to lose a lot of people along the way that you had close relationships with, because they're not in with you, that's what I'm saying, I think I'm going to be faced with that at some point in time, and I pray to God every day that I won't, because in my family, I'm the only one who's walking this path, man. I try to teach my daughter. I try to teach my son. My son's already old, like he's an adult already. My daughter, on the other hand, there's still some hope there, but it's difficult. And my wife, she just, she was raised Buddhist, so that's it's it's. I never thought about these kind of things when I first when I got married. That was not in my head. That was not in my logic. But I can see how it became how it is not necessarily a problem yet, but I can see how difficult it can be. So yeah, I do believe that the closer you get in this journey, the more further you go, the more you get separated from a lot of people that are very close to you. But man, like I kind of want to say that it's worth it, but it's very hurtful if that ever happens, though. But man, I really want to make it to heaven. I really do. I really, really do. And it's not because of what's promised to me or what's promised to us, because we're promised a kingdom, right? It's not because of that. It's because I want to know God even more. Like, I want to be able to know God on a personal level. So this is difficult, dude. This journey is difficult. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. So remember when I was, it's hitting me again, man. Remember when I said, if we're going to take this journey, if we're going to take in God in our life, we got to take everything, man. You want me to repeat that again on verse 38? And if he that taketh not his cross and not followeth after me is not worthy of me. We can't pick and choose, man. We just can't pick and choose. We have to take everything that comes with it. And it's better for you to accept that now, because it's easier for you to press on than to be blindsided at the moment and then change your direction from there. You need to prepare yourself mentally, spiritually. You got to. It's not going to be easy. And I pray every day. In my prayers every day, I pray that God gives me the courage and the strength to stand for his name if I was ever put to the test. I pray for that every day, because I know there's going to be a point in my life that I will be put to the test for standing up for the sake of his name. And I don't ever want to bow down. And if it takes me the ultimate price for me to stand up for him, I will accept it. I have accepted it. And I won't be scared of it either. But I tell you, man, like, this is serious stuff, you know? This is really serious stuff. Like, I didn't even think that the direction of the show would go this way today. I really didn't. But here it is, you know? He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. My goodness, man. That is powerful right there. Gosh, I did not expect it to go this way. I really didn't. From what I was talking about prior to reading this, I did not. I don't know the Bible that well. I don't. I'm only getting to know it now. He that receiveth, you receiveth me. And he that receiveth me, receiveth him that sent me. He's talking about his Father. He's talking about God. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. Man, this is I didn't expect this direction. I really didn't. I did not. And you see how God works? I'm having goosebumps just talking about this because I did not expect this direction. I really didn't. And everything that I was talking about is here in this read. Everything. Everything. Let me go here. I see a lot of activity here in the chats real quick. Yeah, let me go back here real quick. Let me go to the bar real quick so I can see the chats. All right. Okay. Let me go here. It's Ammo. Thank you so much for the cookie. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. God bless you. Just keep walking with him. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Patriot Truth here says, hopefully that doesn't mean you denounce your family. No, I don't denounce my family, but there will be a time. I mean, if scripture says that it would happen, it will. It will. I love my family. I love my family. But I have to love God more, man. I really do. Let's see. All or nada, says Marto. Good evening. Thank you for coming by. Even you, Patriot Truth Sayer, thank you for coming by. Sorry, kids. I hope not. I really hope not, man. And I talk to my children not all the time. You know, my son is in and out because he works. He has his own life. He's 23, so he's in and out of the house. And, you know, when I do get a serious moment with him, I talk to him about his, you know, getting on faith. But he's 23. Like, he doesn't think about that kind of stuff. Patriot Truth says there are people who walked with God without leaving their families. Just saying, no, I agree. I just hope my family comes around, man. I really do. You know, I really do. It's Ammo's learning too. I'm learning too, man. I'm learning too. Like I said, I didn't expect this turn of events I didn't expect this. I really didn't. And I was talking about stuff that are so similar to that. Let's see. Marto says, yes, the flesh tempts me too, dude. It's all going to happen to us. It's all going to happen to us. But it shouldn't be an excuse. It shouldn't be an excuse to not try to do things. You know what I'm saying? We gotta work on it. We gotta work on it. You know, we have to work on it. Just because we're a flesh doesn't necessarily mean that we don't have to put the work into it. We still got to. Hey, Kiss. Good evening. Thanks for coming by. Thank you. And thank you so much for dropping the link. Thank you. Patriots is talking about his wife's beliefs and not knowing how hard it's just sounds like he's getting ready for a different. No, I'm not. No, I tell you what though, I almost did lose my family, but now where I'm at in life, I'm very, very grateful, and I love my family to death. If you've been here before, you know, everybody who's been here before knows that I love my family to death. I'm a very, very family-oriented man. I love my family. I really do. Let's see. See at church, same happen. It says Marto. Thank you so much for the memes too, Kiss. Thank you. Thank you so much for trying to get this show more listeners. Thank you so much. Whoa, Mr. C, really? Glad to hear. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I was lurking in your show earlier today. I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing, man. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, and I'm always there to support you, brother. Whatever I can do, and yeah, man, love you, brother. Love you. All right, let's get into chapter 11, man. Let's go to chapter 11 and then end it from there, and then we'll talk about other stuff, and from there, if we have time, I'll share a video, and after that, there's a song that I want to share with you guys, if we have time. So let me go back here to chapter 11, and I know my mic is rocking here because I can hear it through my my headphones, and I can feel it on my table rocking. Okay, let's go here. Bam. Okay, so chapter 11, here we go. John's questions for Jesus. And it came to pass when Jesus had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. Now when John had heard in the prison of the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples, and said unto him, Art thou he that should come, or do we look for another? Jesus answered and said unto them, Go and shew John against those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. Let me just raise that up there. Okay. And as they departed, Jesus began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, What went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare the way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets, and calling unto their fellows, and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he hath a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a man gluttonous, and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of her children. Unrepented cities. Then began he to upbraid the cities wherein most of his mighty works were done, because they repented not. Woe unto thee, Chorazin! Woe unto thee, Bethsaida! For if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon at the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shalt be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. But I say unto you, that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. Rest for the heavy laden. At that time Jesus answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hadst hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son, but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father, save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Come unto me, and ye that labor and are heavy laden, I will give you rest. Man, that's beautiful, man. That is beautiful. Take my yoke, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is slight. Oh boy. Am I still coming through good? Because I'm losing internet connection here, man. Let's go back to the bar. That concluded chapter 11 there. All right. Looks like I'm still on. Am I still on? Am I still 5x5? Because I am losing connection here. I am losing connection. Let's see. Kiss, thank you so much for dropping the links. Patriot Truth Saver says, glad about that. Guess I've seen too many families torn apart because of religious beliefs. God bless. I love my family, man. I love my family. And like I said, I've almost lost my family 3 times. There were three times that I could have had a broken home. And I came from a broken home. And there is no way in hell that this time around that I'm going to, there's just no way. If it takes for me to convince as much as I can, then I will. Because I want them to make it to heaven as well. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying that I'm going to do everything I can in order for them to come with me on this journey. And not to break up this family, because I love my family to death. Kiss, thank you so much for the cookie. Thank you so much. Marto, thank you for the can. God bless you too. It's Ammo says, no speak. Wait. Loves his family. Yeah. See, yeah, Mr. C, he knows. He knows me. He knows me personally, so he knows how much I love my family, man. I'm a very, very family-oriented man. As a matter of fact, I geared my DJ company into a family business where it's my daughter and I who are the DJ, the father and daughter DJ duo. I mean, when it comes to family, dude, like that's me. I don't go out hanging around with a bunch of friends. I like just to stay home with my family, man, and that makes me the most happiest man in the entire world. I may not be rich in money, but I tell you what, man, the experience that I had as a child with having a broken home, God has definitely blessed me with a beautiful family that I have now, and He has blessed me to be such a strong family man. And I give him thanks for that every day. I thank him every day for blessing me with the family that I have and blessing me for the type of man that I am with my family. I love my family. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's days where I freaking argue with my wife. There's days that I get angry at my daughter. There's days I get angry at my son. But in the whole totality of things, man, I love my family. And I would never, ever want to lose my family, ever. And I pray to God that He keeps us strong in staying together. He already has, because like I said, I've almost lost my family 3 times. Once because of my stupidity and immaturity, and then 2 times because of my former work. So when it comes to family, I'm very grounded in that. Thank you again so much, Kiss. You are amazing. I wish there was something special that I can do for you. But I'm still trying to tread water here. I'm still trying to get my head above the water. And it's already been like a little bit more than a year now. Subpack, what's going on, brother? Glad to see that you're here at the bar this evening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Cool. You guys are awesome, man. Okay, I glitched first. Yeah, I noticed that because I was noticing stuff here on my OBS. Let's see. Marto says my married home was broken by her. You're talking about your wife or somebody that you were with before? Cool. All right. Okay, so I hope you guys have your KJVs, because the stuff that I'm going to be talking about right now, you're going to definitely need your KJVs. You're going to need your KJVs, because we're going to be flipping around, okay? And I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from as far as, putting my trust into man. And I know a good friend of mine out there he's he's not gonna necessarily agree with what I'm about to talk about, but I want people to understand where I'm coming from. And I stopped this whole thing with giving my trust into man from the last presidential election, because we all knew what happened. We all knew that he didn't win. He didn't get the votes. And I'm not trying to pull politics into this, because this show is not about politics, but it's about my walk with God and how serious I am with my walk with God. And I'm trying to pull people up with me to walk with me. So my thinking is that these people are going to do whatever they want to do. After the whole presidential election, I already knew that they were just going to do whatever they wanted to do, no matter how it looked in front of people with laws and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And I'll even double down on that, because I was watching my friend's show today. I was watching Mr. C's show today, because I mod for his channel, and I'm also there to give him support, because he's a good friend of mine. So this whole thing in Nevada with Lombardo, he won the primaries. Everybody knows he's not a popular guy. Everybody knows that he covered up a lot of stuff that happened in Vegas, yet he still won. I mean, come on, man. You can think whatever you want to, but I'm beginning to think that this is all just an illusion. That's just me. I'm not trying to convince you guys to think the same way as I do. I just want you to have an understanding why I think the way I think. That's all. I'm just trying to explain to people why I don't put I don't put all this faith into man anymore. I don't. I've always been disappointed for years and years and years. When I was into politics, I've always been disappointed. Sometimes not, but most of the time, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this. If you have your KJVs, I'm going to go to Psalms chapter 115, verses 3 to 11. Okay? Psalms chapter 115, and I'm going to turn there right now. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So here, Psalms chapter 115, verses 3 to 11. I'm going to read. Okay. And this is God's word. I don't think God's going to BS me. You know what I mean? But our God is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased. Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is every one that trusteth in them. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. Ye that fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. All right. Well, that's one verse, okay? Well, not one verse, but that's like one read right there. That's one read right there. Next, I'm going to go to Jeremiah chapter 17. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 17. Where are we at? Okay. Jeremiah chapter 17. I'm trying to flip through this. So I'm going to go to Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. I mean, I guess you can, but at the same time, you can't serve two masters, right? You can't. So you got to pick and choose who you're going to serve. You're going to, I don't know. I'm just going to read these scriptures that validate why I have totally, like, I'm putting all my chips with God. That's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. Let me go to another scripture here. We'll go to Psalms 146. Psalms 146. Psalms 146. So yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm only doing this just for you guys to understand where I'm coming from. It's up to you how you want to, who you want to put trust into. But for me, I'm done. I really am. And I've never been more happier, to be honest, in my entire life. Just not caring about the politicians right now. I really don't care. I don't care. Let's see. Psalms 146, chapter 146. Where are you? There you are. Praise ye the Lord. Praise the Lord, O my soul. While I live, will I praise the Lord. I will sing praises unto my God while I have any being. Put not your trust in princes, nor the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. His breath goeth forth, he returneth to his earth. In that very day of his thoughts perish. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord his God. And believe me, man, every day I pray, I'm praying to God for his help for everything. Everything. And you know, part of that too, part of that putting my trust into God a lot has made me not care about a lot of things of this earth. I feel a lot more free for some odd reason. I don't know what it is, you know? I really don't know what it is. Like a big burden just got lifted from me, you know? It's hard to explain. It really is. But I really don't care about a lot of things about this earth anymore. I really don't. And I'm not trying to say that I'm gonna harm myself. No, I'm just saying that my mind and my soul is in a different place now. It's not attached to this world anymore, if that makes any sense. Where are we at here? I'm trying to, okay, here. Which made heaven and earth, the sea, and all therein is, which keepeth truth forever, which executeth judgment for the oppressed, which giveth food to the hungry. The Lord looseth the prisoners. The Lord openeth the eyes of the blind. The Lord raiseth them that are bowed down. The Lord loveth the righteous. The Lord preserveth the strangers, and relieveth the fatherless and widow. But the way of the wicked he turneth upside down. The Lord shall reign forever, even God, O Zion, unto all generations. Praise ye the Lord. Amen to that. Dang. Let's see. Let me go here with the chats real quick. Okay. Yeah. C's talking to It's Ammo about me. And cool. Thank you again, Kiss, for dropping those links. I am very appreciative of that. I'm very, very appreciative of your help. I really am. Okay, I'm gonna go here on this last verse here, and then I'm gonna share a video, and then after the video I'll share a song with you guys that it's a powerful song. It's a beautiful song. So we're gonna go here to Psalms chapter 118. Psalms chapter 118. If you got your KJVs with you, Psalms chapter 118, verses 8. It is better to trust the Lord than to put confidence in man. So that's a lot of scriptures that I don't know, kind of validates me. That kind of tells me that I shouldn't put all my trust into man. So I don't know. That's I just thought I'd share that with you guys. That's the reason why. That's one of the reasons, but the other reasons is because ever since I started this whole journey, man, I tell you, my prayers have been answered. I mean, of course, there's some that are still pending, but man, I tell you, some of them already been answered, and some of them came real quick. So I'm very grateful for that. Like, God does not disappoint. God does not disappoint, man. It may take some time, but it's all good, because it's not all in our time, right? It's in His time. Anyhow, let me go ahead and get this video set up so I can share this with you guys. Oh, but before we do that, Since I'm on different platforms, I'm going to have to kill the other platforms. So if there are any listeners out there on YouTube, looks like there's a big 0 on all of them. So YouTube, good night.